Thank you for joining us today. We hope you'll learn a little bit about how to set up a little free library. The theme of our library is the giving tree. And you might be familiar with this book by Shel Silverstein. The tree gives gifts, apples and shade and other things to this little boy who becomes a man. And we hope to give you some hints and tips about how to set up a little free library. I'm Luann Rottmann. I'm a member of the Friends of Havelock-Craven County Public Library.
And I'm Due Yusei, also a member of the Havelock-Craven County Friends of the Library. The Little Free Library was funded by donations to the Shirley Salepis Memorial Fund. Shirley was a mainstay for over 60 years in the local community, with her good works involvement in clubs, organizations, all kinds of things, activities, programs, but in particular, she was a great advocate for the Havelock Library. The creation of the Little Free Library, though, was a community effort. You'll hear more about that from Luann in a moment. Once the Little Free Library was built, there was painting to be done, and there was an art theme to be decided upon, and that was all done through the good works of art teacher Eva Glennon from the Annunciation School here in town. Together with her students and her staff, they made the painting and the artwork that became applied to the Little Free Library, and that was a tremendous help to the Friends. And a great opportunity for her students, I should say.
So once we had some budgetary figures in mind, because we had been accepting donations to the Little Free Library's fund through the Shirley Salepis Memorial Fund. Oh, and by the way, that fund is still open and accepting donations. We began to move into the phase of locating a builder for the project. So I happen to know a builder, my husband, who has a very nice wood shop, and he was able to enthusiastically get involved in the project because he knew Shirley and knew of the Friends of the Library, of course. So we began looking at the Little Free Library website and browsing ideas. And you can imagine if you go there or you go to Pinterest, you'll see a wide variety of wonderful ideas on building a Little Free Library. Some are multi-story, some of them are very clever and themed, like I mentioned ours is. But we did want to give the builder a little bit of leeway to select his own design that he felt comfortable being able to build. The material he used is marine grade plywood. Was purchased at a store in Beaufort. If anybody is interested that is seeing the video, I can give you the name of the distributor. But this is very nice material. In addition, he used an epoxy resin system to put the Little Free Library together. Very few nails except for in the roof. And the reason for that is we live in eastern North Carolina, as many of you do, and you know that we are exposed to some severe weather at times. We also made the library so that it could be removed in case of inclement weather. So, when the library was built, painted by Eva and her team of painters from Annunciation Catholic School, and installed with the glass door, which is the plexiglass door, which was also a nice feature because it could be painted on. A sliding latch was attached, and coats of spar urethane were applied in order to seal the painting. When Eva first looked at the Little Free Library in its construction phase, she had an idea, she had a vision about what the roof would look like. It wasn't the builder's idea, but he accommodated her idea, and that was to have cedar shake shingles. And I think it was a superb addition to our Little Free Library. It just finished off this masterpiece perfectly. It truly was a community project that came together.
Our site selection was made to maximize the Little Free Library's visibility to the public. A place that would be advertising itself and a place where people could feel very free to just pass by and browse. Havelock has several parks, and they were prime considerations for the Little Free Library because they met a lot of the criteria. The park that was ultimately selected had off-street parking. It was bordered by some main streets. It was well lighted. It was had sheltered areas with places to sit, so a person could take a book, sit down, and take a few minutes to read if they chose to do that. And it's right across the street from the police station as well as City Hall. So there had a lot of things going for it. We thought it would be a great location, and there were many, many people involved in making that happen, city officials as well as others. The mayor himself even became involved, and of course that was a big help.
As a matter of fact, do you remember the Mayor Lewis was the one who said, I want to be able to see it from my office, from my desk. I want to be able to see the Little Free Library looking out of the window. So the placement, final placement, was actually directly across from his office in the parking lot. The nice thing about this, in addition to the things that Dew mentioned, is it is under video surveillance by the city of Havelock. So we're thankful for that. It is open 24/7, pandemic or no pandemic, and we are thankful to report we've had no problems at the Little Free Library other than general maintenance that you would expect. We installed the Little Free Library using, if you can imagine, like putting in a fence post with a platform on top. It was erected, and I mentioned that it could be removed in the case of inclement weather, and it was a simple installation. We were able to fill it and open it right away, kind of quietly, before we got a lot of publicity out and before we had a lot of celebration, which is next.
Well, maybe we should talk a little bit about chartering the Little Free Library too. What do you think?
Thank you. Yes, I did want to mention that our library is a charter library, and that means that we paid for the charter, and we were able to have it located by the Little Free Library organization, have it located on their international world map, which is, it's really extraordinary. Because there are some people that just are traveling around looking for Little Free Libraries, and they can find them on the website. There is a cost involved in having a charter. You get a plaque that can be put onto your Little Free Library, so you can find out the cost right on their website.
And now we get to the celebration part. Well, actually, I'm going to start a little bit before the celebration part. I'm a great believer in over-publicizing everything that the Friends Group does. And this Little Free Library was no exception. There were a lot of people involved, a lot of people that had a part to play in making this Little Free Library happen. And so even while it was under construction, we were talking up the Little Free Library. We had little articles in the local newspaper. We sent out emails to our Friends of the Library members and other people that we knew were interested in the project. And we also approached the family of Shirley Salepis, so they would be involved not only in any celebration ultimately, but also in what was going on beforehand. So once we were ready to celebrate, we recontacted a lot of these same individuals that we had kept in contact with and made sure that they were aware of the ribbon cutting that we were going to have, thanks to the Chamber of Commerce. Now, the Chamber of Commerce, mostly when we see the Chamber of Commerce do ribbon cutting, it is for a new business or a reopening of a business. So this was a little bit out of the ordinary, but they were more than happy to do the ribbon cutting with us. It brought a lot more focus in the community to what was going on with the Little Free Library. We sent out invitations, not only broadly, because anybody certainly could come for the ribbon cutting, but also individually. We sent out invitations to our library board of directors, to county commissioners, to city commissioners, and to city dignitaries, certainly, especially the ones that had helped us, to members of Shirley Salepa's family, and to the artist, Eva, and her students that had helped paint that Little Free Library. So with all that said, we had about 40 people in the midst of a pandemic come to our ribbon cutting, and we were very excited about that. The mayor spoke at our ribbon cutting, which was a real honor, and we had refreshments that everybody could take away, and we had lots of photos taken, so we had some ongoing post-ribbon cutting publicity for the Little Free Library as well. But people are using the Little Free Library quite regularly, and we're very, very happy to see that.
Yes, the celebration was a lot of fun, and we thank those people who contributed to this project, those that do mentioned. Also like to note that, you know, it's just an ongoing living library that's open all the time there. Our friends at the library provide volunteer stewards to check on the library, and that's done on a regular basis. Books are added because some people take more than one book. Books are checked to make sure there's nothing in there that is damaged or needs to be going to recycling. And we even have some volunteers that are making some kind of fun things for the Little Free Library, making little bookworms, crocheted bookworms, and those are free to children to pick up. And we also have painters that are painting pet shells or pet rocks, and these can be taken by children, maybe taken to their own home as a memento of the Little Free Library experience. Remember, the best thing about our Little Free Library is it's open 24/7, pandemic or no pandemic, and we are pleased to be able to share these hints and tips with you, just like the tree shared the apple with the little boy. We hope we've shared some tips on using a Little Free Library or in creating one. Would we do it again?
Absolutely. No question. We got such a positive response from the community that yes, we would do it again.
And if you have any questions or comments and you'd like some more information, you can email us. It's on our emails are on the bottom of the handout, which is attached to the video. Thank you.
Thank you.